What's up, guys? So I was asked by a person on Instagram to elaborate on leg drive a little bit, and I typically don't talk about these things a whole lot, but I request, I guess I can make that happen. The main thing I want to say about leg drive, with some of the bigger guys, myself included, and you look at people like Ray Williams, larger people, you can visually see the leg drive kind of happening more just because we have more ass. A lot of us tend to let the bar sink in our chest a little bit too, and that kind of shifts us a little bit. And the tightening and leg drive that I'm about to explain, you can kind of visually see it more. Whereas most of the smaller lifters, the bar stays on top of their chest. There's no real shift in their body. And while it may not look like they're using leg drive, they're still using it. And for the most part, leg drive is just staying tight throughout your whole body. It's not really something where you're initiating the lift with your legs per se. You kind of are, you're kind of not. I guess like the whole science of kinetic energy and all that, that's going to go over my head. So I'm just going to explain this the best I know how. But the main thing, if you want to maximize your leg drive, and I'm speaking in terms of flat-footed benchers here. I bench with flat feet. Some of what I'm going to say isn't going to apply if you bench on your toes. Shame on you if you bench on your toes. You're a bad person. Just kidding. But again, this is going to apply to flat-footed benching. So the main thing, most people, where they mess up is their ass will come off the bench because A, their feet are too close together, and B, they're pushing up instead of out. So when you're getting on the bench and getting set up in your bench press, if your ass coming off the bench is a problem, typically the easiest start solution is to spread your feet farther away from the bench. That'll generally take care of your ass coming off the bench because you physically won't be able to. And then that leads to the other issue is most people are pushing straight down on the floor instead of out. So when I set up on bench, my feet are pointed out away from the bench. To what degree is obviously going to depend on you, your limb length, your height, your mobility, etc., etc., etc. But you want your feet facing out. You don't want them facing straight. You want them facing out and far enough away from the bench, that your ass isn't going to automatically come up anyway. But with your feet facing out, you want to push out on the ground. You don't want to push straight down on the ground and cause everything to come up. You want to be pushing out and back in a sense. I like to say feet to traps. You want to push out with your feet through your traps and kind of keep that all compressed into one. So that and keeping your glutes tight is probably the biggest cue I tell any people I help / coach. I tell them squeeze your glutes. Tight glutes, just cueing to squeeze your glutes is generally going to cause your entire lower body to tighten up anyway. While you're bracing the weight above you, and you should have tight glutes as soon as you unrack. Your glutes should be tight. You bring the bar down to your chest with tight glutes. You get that press command, and then that's when, with everything completely tight, you start to push out with your feet through your traps, and then the bar starts to come up, and you may not even move. You may not see in videos that you are engaging leg drive, but you indeed are. And if you want to see the difference for yourself, just don't just actively disengage your entire lower body completely when you set up like you would set up, but don't focus any energy on your glutes, your legs, or anything, and just do it completely upper body with your same setup. And then do it again with everything tight. Obviously not with like 100% all out max. I don't want anybody getting hurt or anything. And you'll see the difference just from the tightness. And that's generally what leg drive is. It's just being tight with some pushing bracing through the ground. And again, unless you're a really big guy with a big ass, and you sink the bar and things like that, you're probably not going to be able to actively see the appearance of your legs and your lower half starting and pushing that weight off your chest like it appears for so many bigger guys. Just because you're not built that way, that's not the mechanics of it and things like that. That doesn't mean you're not using leg drive. And again, leg drive for the most part is just staying tight with your lower body, and you're actively getting leg drive. And as far as differences, my best bench on camera, my best bench period is 550 pounds. And my best Larson press is 500 pounds. So, you can real deal see 50 pounds of difference basically, is what I'm getting out of a complete, setup, leg drive, etc., versus completely taking my lower body out of it. And if you want to look at it as 50 pounds or 10% or whatever, that's basically what I'm getting. I don't want to say out of just leg drive, but out of my competition setup and leg drive, because that's obviously Larson press. It's changing more than just leg drive, but basically that's about it. So it's not going to be something that you're going to get this immaculate amount of weight out of either. So don't think like, oh, I bench 300 pounds, but if I could just get my form and leg drive right, I'm going to bench 375. Because unless you're just like the world's shittiest 300-pound bencher, that's probably not going to be the case. But you get into competition and things like that, every 5-10 pounds matters. And if you can add 5-10 pounds on your total here, there, those little 5 and 10 pound jumps start adding up. So basically, that's my thoughts on leg drive, how to better incorporate it, what it actually is, and what it's going to do for you. Push out and through the traps and squeeze your glutes. Peach, peach.